Hello and welcome to ReThink 2. I'm Tom, and in these 2 or 3 videos I will record a walkthrough to this game. I just finished all 44 puzzles, and there's some real difficult puzzles, I gotta say, in there. Let me show you this game. Let's start a new game. Controls are the usual controls. With mouse and keyboard, right? If you know the ReThink series, you basically also know what this is about. So here at the bottom, as you can see, you have at the bottom in the center, it shows what kind of cubes you have. You have one simple redirection cube, that's the yellow line there, and you position it basically in one of these slots. Yeah. Wait, you need to select it first, like this, and then with the mouse wheel you can also redirect it like this. Okay. So that's the simple beginner puzzle here, number 1. Simple redirection. All of this game is redirection, but with different kind of cubes. It becomes more and more complex, actually. Okay, here we have a blue beam. The blue receiver is here, so we need to direct the blue beam all the way around. Let's start here, like this. And there is one here. I solved all these puzzles, and I played it again through once more. So here we have the blue beam going all the way around, right? Just to practice the solutions, that it doesn't take too long with the complex puzzles. And I hope I will be okay here. So here you have 2 receivers. Also on the bottom right corner, actually it shows you what you need to activate. One receiver is activated of the 2 rectangle receivers here. So we need to direct the beam around through the red one, right? Like this. Oops. And then we need a beam redirector there also into this direction, so the door opens and we can go to puzzle number, what is it, 4. Here we have 2 beams. So let's start here with this beam. All of these are pretty simple, so I will not explain too much. Basically it's pretty obvious. This one goes here and this one goes there, like this. So you have 2 receivers with like each of the 2 beams. Yeah. And let's go on to puzzle number 5, which has 2 different colored beams. Yeah. And the fact is that, or the thing is that you can mix the colors, right? Green and blue is cyan. So basically you have to get the blue beam from there into this direction through the green receiver and then into the cyan receiver, and the blue beam here you have to go backwards so that you can get through the blue one to the cyan receiver from here. Oops, that was too much. Here, as you can see, now here we have blue, there we have green. They mix together in this one to cyan. Okay, here we have 3 colors, yeah, and we have a yellow and a violet receiver, so we need red in both of them. So let's start with the red beam, like this and like this, right? And now the green beam needs to go through the yellow one. We can do that from here and then go into this direction here, right? So we have the yellow one activated, and for the blue we are basically doing the same, directing it back and then diagonally hitting the violet receiver. Okay, upstairs we get a new cube. That's I call that a fork. The beam is being split, or no, let's call it a split actually. Yeah, we have a split, a separator, and a, what was it, a switch, yeah, switches. Okay, so the split goes here, 1. This is also pretty simple still, this puzzle. Also we have 4 cubes and exactly 4 slots, so obviously we need to position these 2 here to grab, to duplicate the green and the blue beams, and then with the redirection cubes we direct them into the cyan. The light beam, as you can see, it doesn't go through these things. Yeah, it's being cut off here, so that's why we need these 2 beams here from both sides. Okay. On to puzzle number, what is it? 8. Again we have 3 colored 3 colors of beams and 3 splits only. So obviously the blue beam has to go there, and we need blue also somewhere there. So let's put this one here. So the blue beam crosses here. We can do the same thing on the other side, so that we get all 3 colors in this one here. And with the last split, we attack these 2 white receivers, because green and red and blue is white. Very good. Oh yeah, here we're going downstairs, and there is a new feature here. There is a wall that can be turned around, as indicated by the sign here. We need a green beam for that. These receivers don't count for the solution, as you can see here. I only need 1 rectangle receiver, which is there. So as you can see, the blue beam is on this side. We need to turn the wall around, which we can do from here. Oh, come on, like this, with 1 redirector here, and there is the green beam, as you can see, coming from there. So let's direct them into this receiver here and turn the wall around. And now we only need to direct the blue beam all the way around here to the blue receiver. Like that. Okay, here we have 2 walls, and we need to decide which one we want to turn around. We could also try and turn both around, actually, because we have a split cube. But let's see. Here we have blue and red, and we need a blue cube, blue receiver, blue beam here. What do we have on the other side? Here, there. There is violet, and here we only have red and green, so we can't do violet on this side. We need to turn this wall around for sure. Let's do that here. As you can see, now we get the violet cube on this side, the violet activator, receiver, like this. So how do we do this? First of all, we need blue and red in here and only blue there. Yeah. So in order to do that, we need to direct this beam down here, the blue beam, and then the blue beam there, but we have the red still in it, so we need to redirect the red beam. Come on. Come on, like this. Where am I now? There. Into this. So here we have red and blue, violet, and here we have only blue. Very good. We have 1 split and 2 redirectors left, and the green beam here is perfect already with 2 green activated in receivers. So we need to put the split in here, yeah, to get the green up there for the 2 yellow receivers. 1 indicator here. Indicator, man, it's pretty late here. 1 receiver here and 1 receiver there, and everything is activated. On to puzzle number 11. Yeah. So what do we have here? We have blue on this side, 2 blue beams, and here we have red and green. Yeah. So on this side we have red and green also. So both of these have red and green, right? Yeah, but different sides. And I think that's important. What I do remember, the only way to solve this puzzle is by turning around this side here, yeah? So that you get the blue beam here. Like, you could also turn this around to try and divert these 2 things there, but it doesn't work because of the like positioning of these 2 things. Actually, because here we have green up there and red down there, and on the other side red is up there and green down there, and that's why it doesn't work to have these 2 walls flipped around, like this one not flipped around and this one flipped around. It doesn't work. I'm not going to explain why now, but let's start here with the yellow ones. Obviously we need 1 redirector here, and here we need to go all the way around. Come on, like this, and then direct both beams into the single redirector here. So we have yellow, and now we need pink, violet and cyan. So the green one goes there, the red one goes here, the blue one goes here, and now we have pink here, which we can direct like this, and cyan up there like this. Perfect. So, on to puzzle number 12. Here we have cubes that we can do with this one, basically, yeah. And this one we can't do, as you can see, because I can't get the red beam in there, right? So I need to turn both walls around, because these receivers obviously go with this emitter, and these emitters go with these receivers. So I need to turn both around first of all, yeah? Let's do that. We need to put one cube like this here, and here we'll put a split. Where is it? There. Like this, okay? But in order to turn it around, we also need blue in there, right? So blue comes from here. Now both walls turn around. Let's do this side first. We need, first of all, blue and green like this here, I'd say. Yeah. And then we need a split here, because up there we also need green and blue, right? So we split the beam here, green there and there. Yeah. Like this. Oops, too much. And then we just need a simple redirection up there. So these are all activated. And on this side, now we can grab the blue beam here with a split and direct it all the way over here, right? And here we can get blue from up there into the center receiver, and with the remaining split we can get the outer two receivers. Yeah, good. Number 13. Let's see how many puzzles I can do here actually. There's a little text, backstory a bit, not that important for me. Here we have a blue beam. We only have two redirectors here, and there is a new feature here. We have these things. These are mirrors, so they help a lot. And since we only have two positions, this puzzle is very simple. We have to direct the blue beam in there. We get these two receivers, and from here we can grab red and blue and send it into the violet receivers. Very well done. On to puzzle number 14. This was the first puzzle that really made it quite difficult for me. We have two cyan receivers here, and there's more here. There's another one here. Yeah, so you need to sort of get the blue beam all the way here, and then all the way back together with green, thereby tackling the three receivers. And the normal thing to do that would be like this, right? But it doesn't work. You can't get the blue beam over there and then split it here in a way that you can get both of these receivers, because you would have to do that here, and this is where the beam goes. So you have to do that in a different way, and that's where the mirrors come in handy again. You need to direct the blue beam here and then direct it up there through this collection of mirrors here to the other side. Yeah? So from here you can basically redirect this one here going through the receiver, and then all the way back to the other side. Yeah? And now we're coming exactly in the right spot, out in the center aisle here, right? So we can use a split, well, like a redirection here, and for the last receiver we use the one split that we have, like this. Yeah? So that's a tricky one, that you have to use these mirrors to get the blue beam to the other side of this puzzle. Let's move on to puzzle number 15. Okay, here the basic approach for me was to look at the red receivers and the red light, because obviously you can position a split here, getting the red receiver there, and this one here. Now the way to get into this receiver is by putting, no, wait, not that, a redirection here and a redirection here, right? Okay, that works just fine. Okay, now let's look how we can get red also into these receivers here, yeah? Like, because we need red there. Or let's start actually with blue and green, because we need blue and green here, here and here. So the way is pretty obvious. You need to take the blue beam from here. There's a mirror directing it right here where the green beam is. So from here you can direct the beam there and then into this thing, which doesn't work because I don't have any redirectors left. So in fact, here we would only get a cyan beam, so we need red also. And the way to do that is to exchange this one here with a split like this, so we get red also there. Now we have one more redirection beam that we can put here, yeah, and it goes all the way up there. And now here, we basically just need another split. It's the last one that we have, so that I can direct a white beam up and to the right, because cyan and red goes in, white comes out. And the good thing is that the red beam from here also activates the, like, complements the cyan beam right to white here, yeah. Okay, and this one is quite complex actually. It took me also a moment, but the main or the basic starting point is that you need red here, you need red here, but you only have blue and green here. So the red beam is all the way down here, yeah. So we have two red receivers. First thing would be to put this here, but then we can't get red back there. We need to split this beam, yeah. So let's do that. And handy enough, there are mirrors directing the beam all the way through here, through the violet receiver with the blue beam that's activated already. And then we just need one redirector here. So we have red already in there. Now we need cyan in here and cyan in there. The way to do that is a bit complicated and actually took me a moment to find. But basically, the only way to achieve that is to go here, all the way back here, and from here you can use this mirror to direct the beam to the proper position that you need here, because from here you can go through this one, and with the mirrors behind it, you go directly into the white receiver. Actually, what helped me was going up here these stairs and looking at the puzzle from up here. This was how I was able to solve this puzzle. Like down here it's a bit confusing, the perspective. So, what do we have next here? Puzzle number 17. Okay, we have green. We have a new cube now. It's the three-way split. As you can see, there's a three-line thingy. And we need three green receivers. Here we have three green receivers. So the obvious position for this split is here, right? Like hitting all of these three receivers with red and green equals yellow. Okay, so here we need green. So we definitely have to put a split here, because we need green there and there, right? And this is the perfect possibility to grab green and blue equals cyan here, direct it here, and split the beam into these two receivers, which opens the door. Next one. Oh yeah, this one had me puzzled for quite a while. It's because I didn't see these tiles up there, which are necessary to solve this puzzle. Anyway, we have three beams up here, but we also have beams here on the wall and down there. Now the thing is that these three receivers all require blue, right? So wouldn't it be nice if I could get blue from there? Yeah, and there, as you can see, there's a mirror leading all the way up there and then to the side. So it's pretty simple to get the blue beam down there, yeah? Simply like this. Yeah? It's the first step of this puzzle. Now if you look at this section here, you can see that in this receiver I need green, and in this receiver I also need green. Here I need red, here I need red and green, and here I need green. So basically you can see that I can try and get green and red from here, sort of like from here somewhere, directed all the way through here. And then if I get green from there, I can put the three-way split in there, direct green through here into this one, direct green in the center through this one, which I need, and direct green through there. And then I only need to get red one also here, yeah? So let's do that. And the important thing is that, like, the normal approach would be, again, to try and direct the green one through here, right? Through these mirrors, and then red somewhere there, but then I can't get this one. So what you need to do here is direct the green, oops, not this one. Ah, come on. This one here, through there, and then from there, through the mirrors. It's on the wrong side now, but we'll deal with this. That's why this one was so important. Like you can't solve this if you don't use this, because you basically need to redirect this here. Now red needs to go here, and then with the one split that we have, I can direct it through this, the yellow receiver here, and then we get red there. And with the final 4 redirectors, we just need to go here, switch these basically, so that we get red here and green there. Yeah, as you can see, we have everything activated perfectly now. Okay, so let's go through the door to puzzle number 19. Part of it is down there. Oh, I think I can solve this entirely from down there. Yeah. And this is a puzzle where I was left with 2 redirectors. So I solved it somehow in a different way than the developer thought of, but it doesn't really matter. So let's start with the obvious stuff. We need blue here and blue here. We also need blue there and there. Yeah. So let's direct blue down here. We do that with a split here, like this, and with a single redirector here. Yeah. Now here we also need green in this one, yeah, because we need cyan here, we need cyan there and there. So also need green there, so we can redirect green from here like this. So we have cyan here all activated already. Here we need green and red. So how do we do that? Simply enough, we try and attack that from here, I think. Wait, I would need a split for that. No, I don't need a split for that, because I don't need the green one there. But I also need green in here, right? So, what I did was... what was it? I think what the developer intended was using the split there and then direct the in there. Maybe I'll just do it like this. I'll just go this way around here. I don't know which way I solved it, and use a split here. Like this. Okay? So now we got yellow down here. We basically have blue activated here. We need yellow in here for the white one, and we need yellow in there. Yeah. So let's redirect this like this. Here we have yellow now, and now we only need a single redirector here, and that's it. We activated all the receivers. Yeah, as you can see, and I'm left with 2. I don't know where else I should put stuff here, but it doesn't really matter. So let's go on. We need to go up the stairs here to puzzle number 20. Let's see what that holds. Puzzle number 20. Oh yeah, that took me very long to solve. Was totally stumped by this puzzle for quite a while, because here it's getting less clear what you need to direct where. But let's start with the red beam. That's actually the beginning and the end of this puzzle, because the only receiver that needs red is the yellow one, yeah? And that sort of means we can put this here, okay? Now for the blue beam, yeah? Like, I'm gonna do it in a development. I'm just not just gonna solve it, I'm gonna develop it for you. So basically for the blue beam, like, we can go like, blue receivers, we can go like this, right? hitting both blue receivers here. For the green beam, we can do sort of the same. We just direct the green beam here, and then we go all the way around. Like one we do here, and then from here we could go there if we had a single receiver, yeah? But also we don't want green in there, we want cyan in there. So what we can do is we can put a split in here. We have enough of them anyway. Like this. We get blue here, and now we get here green and blue. That's cyan, so we have a simple redirector that we can use here. Right? And now, here in the back we need white. Yeah. So why not do the same thing again? We exchange this one here with a split. Like this. Which means here we have red and cyan now. Okay? So here we need a split. Directed like this. And a single redirection into this. Yeah? Now the only thing that's left is here the yellow receiver. We started with the red beam, so we need to get green in there. Yeah? And how we do that? With the remaining split that we have here. There it is. So that's it. Like the layout is actually pretty straightforward. For the solution, what is happening here? When I'm jumping on this, it's making a sound. Okay, for whatever reason. But basically you need to put all the splits here and always direct it back, sort of, yeah? That's a very nice solution, but it took me a while to figure that out. Okay, on to puzzle number, what is it, 21? 21, yeah. Okay, we have a white beam, and now we have here, as you can see at the bottom, the third one from the right, a separator. We are separating beams into 3 colors, yeah? So, let's see, like, this would be a nice starting point, right? We have a blue beam here, which we could direct through this one, and we have a red beam here, which we could direct there, and there's actually the solution. This one goes here, this one goes there. Now all of them meet here, and we just need the simple redirector going all the way back here. And now we can use the wait, do I need... Yeah, I need wait, first the green one. Now I can do this from here. Now we can do another separator from this side, and because the positions are fixed, like we get red and blue here and red and blue here, because we got separators on both sides with white beams, right? Or actually here it's a violet beam. The green beam comes from there, and this one we have to direct there and there, so we can put the split in here. Oops, like this. And as you can see, then if you put violet in here, you will only get blue and red in the fixed positions. Like the order is always green on the left, blue on the right, and green in the center. Anyway, this puzzle is solved, and we can move on to puzzle number 22. No, it's here. Okay, this is more complex. It's also a very nice puzzle, I thought. Okay, we got a white beam here and a violet beam here. If you look on the other side, we have blue and red here, and we need also green for this one, or this one here. So we definitely need the white beam on this side, yeah? Which means we have to turn only, no, come on, this one around here. And then we can finish this one here first. Obviously we need to separate the beams here in the back, or the beam in the back, like this. And then we get red there and blue there. Oops, come on. And that's it on this side already. And here, this is actually quite an interesting puzzle to hit all these receivers here, blue and red and green, and in the center we need, in the middle we need yellow also. But we start off with green, and for that we need to separate the beam here. And then like how to proceed actually you can see from here, because this green receiver can only be hit from here, yeah, like, and there is nothing in between here, yeah, so it means the red beam cannot be directed here. We need to direct the red beam down diagonally like this. So then we need to grab it here and send a yellow beam here, which would be nice here, but actually it's a bit more complicated, because the way the red and blue and the green are positioned here means we need green up there, which means we basically need to shoot a green laser, like only a green laser from here to there, yeah? It's the only way this puzzle works, with a redirector like this here to hit the green one, yeah? So to do that, we will redirect this beam down here like this, and then here, no wait, we need to separate the beams again, like this. No wait, that's not correct. Like this, yeah. No, that's also not correct. Oh wait, no. It's a mistake of mine. We need to direct this one here and separate the beams here, so that we get green in the center and red we can easily redirect through the yellow one from here also. So now the green one is hit, the red one is hit also. But what about the blue one? The blue one has to come from here actually, right? I mean, can't come from here because the blue one would go up there. Yeah. And since we have another separator, first of all, we can get the blue beam from here, direct it into the separator, and then we need to join them with this redirector and separate them here. To blue and to red here, and now the final redirector goes in there. Very nice solution this here, like how to redirect everything here. Took me a while, but you can figure it out still. This one is also quite complex, but still nice. The main clue for me was here, these three receivers, red, green and blue, which is sort of directly the way, like the white beam comes from here, going all the way around here, as you can see, through there. So we basically need to split that, and the obvious position to do that is here. Yeah, there is no real other position. You get blue in the right spot already, and then you can direct the green one here and the red one here, so that you hit all these three receivers. Now we're going all the way around here, and as you can see here, green is good, but we need blue in this one also. That means we need to redirect blue. Now come on, up there. Yeah. First of all, okay. So now, furthermore, we have here a cyan receiver and a green receiver. It means we sort of need blue also here, right, for this color here. So, but there is no way to split this blue beam, and that means we have to direct the blue beam from here back, and we can easily do that with a split here. So let's do that, and this way we get blue on this side. Now the red beam, the green beam that I need, I can take from, wait, no, what do I need? I need, yeah, green, and I can do that from here. Yeah, I can split this one like this, but I cannot join these two beams here, because I do need a separate green beam up there, right? And once I join them, I can't separate them anymore because I don't have a separator. That means in turn that I have to redirect the blue beam through here and then there, and now I can grab the green beam all alone. And now we basically need to switch those beams, because I need blue down here. So let's do that like this, and here I need a split now, because I need green up there and green down here for this redirector to go into the cyan receiver. It's also the last remaining cube that I have. So it's like this, green and cyan. Very nice puzzle, I thought. So that was puzzle 22. That's the half time basically of this game. Oh no, it was 23 already. So I'll go on a little bit more. That's puzzle number 24. Oh yeah, this one also took me very long to solve. Let's see. I think the starting point, because here, like the directions, like how to direct the lasers is pretty difficult to see here, I thought. Anyway, we need green here, here, and here, yeah, and also back there in this one. So since we need a lot of greens, let's just put a three-way split in here first of all, yeah. And this way, like here, since we have so many separators, let's put the blue through here, right? Because we have green and red already, so we can put blue here, and we get green there also with this one, yeah. So that's good. Here we need blue in there, so we need another separator here. Yeah. And now you have green here, so you could put another separator there to put green there, right? And now you get red there. It's perfect, like it actually solves itself once you start with this three-way split here. Now we have 2 cubes left, and yeah, the last separator goes in here. So I get green in there, perfect, and red there. And I only need to direct the red from red beam into the last receiver here, the yellow receiver, and the puzzle is solved. It took me very long to figure this constellation out, but once you start with this thing here, the three-way split in the beginning here for the green one, it's pretty straightforward actually. Like, because you have so many separators and you can always sort of add a new beam to the color you have already. It's quite nicely done, this puzzle, I think. So maybe I'll go on to puzzle number 30, because the last puzzles anyway will take a bit longer, they're much bigger. Here we have a new cube, which is the switch. Yeah. And the way I'm using that is here. As you can see, you can switch the beam from left to right with the middle mouse button. So now you only need to separate this beam into both directions here. Yeah. And then here you combine green and red to yellow. And here you combine green and blue to cyan. And now you can open both doors alternatively. Because you need to get through both doors, right? Like this. Here it's also a little bit more complicated layout, but pretty straightforward still, because you only have 4 cubes. Now the first thing obviously is a split here, because you need red here and red there. So let's put one here. Yeah. And then from here you need red in this one and in this one. Like I'm tackling the rectangles first, and I have 4 of them, as you can see at the bottom right corner of the screen. 2 are here and 2 are there. So let's put a switch here. Yeah. Like this. Yeah. Now the only thing that you still need to do is get blue into this one, right? And green into these 2. So let's start with blue, which we can do from here, right? Also with a switch, because we need blue there in the end. Yeah, not a switch, a split. Like this. Yeah. We already tackled the axis, sort of, but now we need green in those 2, which we do from here with the remaining switch. Yeah. And like this layout actually, it's the only way possible to do the rectangles, and I think, and it's also the same thing for the axis. Works basically the same way, getting the red one there, and here the axis, like blue, and like, yeah, just works on its own, sort of. Like this, I found this very simple, this puzzle, because it's sort of the only way you can solve this puzzle. Let's move on to puzzle number 27. This one was more difficult again. Like, it also took me quite a while, because there's so many different ways that you have to account for here. like what I started with actually to solve this puzzle, and then I scrapped, in the end was correct. It's by starting with the blue receivers here, because if you go there and direct this one up there, right, you already get this blue rectangle. Let's start with the rectangles first, yeah? Now the next rectangle is there, and it also has blue, so let's replace this one here with a switch. Like this. But you would still need to get green into this one so that we have the cyan receiver activated. Now green is here. I can't direct the green through this one because then I wouldn't activate the blue receiver here. I need to sort of get green from somewhere else. And for this, it's actually perfect to use a switch into this direction here. Yeah, because from here, because then, like if I switch it around, I can activate with the green beam, like this is for the rectangles. I've got blue here, and if I want to get the axis, I get green in there, right? And this X is activated. So, but for now, I need to grab the green beam here and direct it there, which is also perfect for this beam in the end. But for this receiver there, yeah. So let's put another switch here, right? Because we want to go either here with cyan or either there with cyan for X. So it's a perfect position for a, not for this, for a switch like this. As you can see, now we have both of them activated alternatively. So the final thing is only to take care of these two here. Let's start with the rectangle again. Now that's simply enough. We have two simple redirectors, and we just have to redirect the cyan thing through there, right? And we get cyan and red is white. And for the X, we can basically just redirect the red beam to this redirector, and then we get white there. So we have everything activated. Took me quite long to figure the solution out, probably like half an hour or even longer. Anyway, let's go on to the next puzzle. So, what do we have here? Puzzle number, what is it, 29? Where is it? 28. Okay, also this one took me quite long, and I don't think I found the intended solution. But let's start with the end part here, because basically here for the red and the blue beam you lose the beam, so this is the end of the puzzle. And obviously you need to direct a violet beam through here or through there, yeah, and then get green, red or blue. So you basically need to split this beam up here into blue, or come on, into red, like this. And then you direct the beams in here and in here, and here you can get the split. No, wait, you don't get a split, you get a switch here, like this, so that you can activate either the rectangle or, as you can see, the X. Actually, both of them are activated both times. But here it's the X, and here it's the rectangle. Yeah? So we've got two of the things, of the rectangles activated here, and three of the X's, because this X is also activated. So let's proceed with the rectangles. And it's pretty difficult for me to explain the solution. I know why it works, but I'm using one switch as a simple redirector, so it's probably not correct. But anyway, first of all, I had a switch here, I think. Yeah, a switch here so that I can tackle the rectangles first. Here I need a simple redirector to go there. Yeah, so I'm in this rectangle here. And then I hope I can do the solution now. Wait, I think I had a... Wait, no, I think this is the... I think I use this one here. The split. Yeah. But here, I'm directing the beam there. And now I can do something that I don't really know. I think I needed... No, wait, I needed a split here. So I do need the switch there. Like, this solution that I found is so awkward, sort of, that I can't easily reproduce it. Like this here. This is like this, and yeah, okay, yeah, and the X I need to get from here. I'm gonna try and explain the solution once I've found it, because from here I just need the this one, the switch, to redirect it in there, and then all the X's are complete, and like this all the rectangles are complete. So you can see the switch here directs the beam through this one, and then through this one, and the split directs it into this redirector here, right? But if I'm switching to X, like I'm basically coming through this one, then here, going through the rectangle again, and here I'm using the switch as a simple redirector, and then I go also into this one. It's all very strange for me, but it works. So I'm not complaining. Anyway, let's move on to 29, which was much simpler than the puzzle before, I think. For me, the way to solve this was by starting at the end again. It's always a good point for me to start at the end, if I can see where the end is. So as you can see, you need blue here and pink there. Yeah. So the only way that this can be done is because the only way in this entire section is to go through this rectangle here. Yeah. You definitely need a split here. Not a split, a switch. Yeah. And you will also need a split, a switch here, going like this. Yeah. So that if you have violet, you go through the right side here of the switch this way, and then the right side of this split here. And if you have blue, you go around here to the left side and redirect the beams like this. There's no other way that you can get blue on the one hand and violet on the other hand here. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with blue, so we can direct the blue beam through here like this and like that. Yeah, as you can see now, we have either blue here, or we have like blue going this way, or like blue going this way. Like so, here I would need to add red actually to this beam now. Yeah, this is the X. Yeah, and the red has to come from here in the back. Yeah, so let's first of all put a switch here, or actually we can start with a redirector to make it like to develop the puzzle. Put one here and one here, and now as you can see in the back there, I have either violet or blue. And with the violet I also activate this one, by the way. Yeah. So let's look at the red receivers here. I could try and use a split here, but I don't have any. Also, like if I were to split the beam here, I couldn't get there. So what I need to do is put a switch here. Simple enough, like this. And now this is the rectangle position. Like this. And then I can direct this beam through here. And then I need to direct it through here also, right? And for this, I will need a switch again, because like here, red has to go through this, and it still has to go through this. So I need a switch here, like this, for the X solution, and for the rectangle, I'm directing the red beam from here there, right? So what is left? We already have all the 6 rectangles. We need to add 3 X's. One is there, yeah, and where are the remaining X's? Oh yeah, here. We need blue in these 3 X's. Now blue we can obviously take from this side, and if I direct blue through here, it will go into this switch and direct the blue beam there, so I just need to put the remaining switch here, like this, and direct this beam through there. So as you can see, blue is going here now and all the way back. And this is what it looks like for the rectangle solution. So let's get out of this one and into what is yet to be the most difficult puzzle, and this was the one it took me 2 hours to solve this, because it's so complex. I mean, there are some basic assumptions that I had in the beginning that were right, but I couldn't make sense of it. Anyway, let's start by looking at the basic layout. We need blue and red in here, yeah, but we have the blue and the red beams up here. So I need to get the red beam down there, and if you look up here, you also have a red receiver here. So that's a good indication that you need to direct the red beam here, all the way up there, like this, going there, and you have the red beam down here. Now for the blue receiver, you need to use this blue beam here, right? And there is a blue receiver there also. So let's do the simple thing, which in this case is also the correct thing. It's not sort of a red herring or like a trap. You direct the blue beam like this. Okay, now, like I tried to figure out how to do this for a very long time until I noticed that you can basically attack both receivers here from back there with a switch here. Yeah, not a switch, a separator. Yeah, that you basically have to direct all colors into this one, which I will do now, and it's very simple to do that. From here, not like this, like that, and from here we go into this one. Okay, as you can see, you have blue on the one side and red on the other side now. And green goes here, which you will also need in the end, because that's what I forgot to show in the beginning. That's what you can start with actually, by looking at this, which I'll do now. Like here, the only way to solve this, that I can think of at least, is by sending a yellow beam from here into these 3 receivers, and then for this you need a separate blue beam that has to come from there, right? Like you could try and direct yellow through here and through there, and then you would need a white beam from there. Like then you would have to split it again, the yellow beam. I think it's impossible. So basically in the end you need to come from here with a blue beam. Yeah. So let's put a receiver here already, a redirector. Yeah, because that's going to be important in a moment. So let's put the blue beam here and the red beam here into that receiver. So now how do we get the blue beam there? That's the question. And we have 2 splits, and the blue beam has to go somewhere here. So obviously we put one redirector there, and we position a split here, like this. So we have blue there. Perfect. Now we need to get red and green somewhere. We need to combine them, and this took me also quite a while to figure out. Like we actually need to use this red beam, like because there's no way to get the red beam out of here. Yeah, again, you can only get it in there. You need to use this one here as a split, yeah, and then direct it here, and it goes into this cube, and perfect. We have another separator which we can exchange here. So blue goes there and red goes here. Now we have 3 simple redirectors left, and that's exactly what we need. Going here with the green one, combining green and red to yellow, and here redirecting yellow into the final 2 or 3 receivers. And that's the solution of this puzzle, which is very neat, I gotta say. Yeah. Once you realize that the red beam for the yellow has to come from here, and you don't have to redirect that out, it's actually pretty simple, I gotta say. Yeah. All of it clicks, sort of. Yeah. So, but I think with this puzzle I'm gonna end this video, because this was one of the most difficult puzzles so far, and I have 14 puzzles left, which I will probably need the time to explain how I found the solutions and what to do why. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I was able to help you here and there, and I'll be back with my next video where I will solve the puzzles, probably 31 through 44, then all through the end. Hope you'll check this out. Until then, I say bye.